I guess what it comes down to, you guys, is that most people that we know who are believers, a lot of them don't really fully understand script. They understand many scriptures, and they say a lot of things that are true, but they also attack fundamental, huge truths that are in the Bible that the Lord loves, that He's given to us. And because they don't understand it, or they've somehow given the enemy some sort of foothold inside of them that they're still working on. Yeah, that's still being worked on inside of them. And they'll say, oh, the scripture says this, don't do this, but you guys, in 10 other spots in the Bible it talks about doing that thing, right? And these things were prophesied about, that these things would happen, you guys, and it just comes down to them not fully understanding the Bible. And so I encourage everybody to read the Bible, and there are people, you guys, God's first fruits children, that understand the scriptures, that haven't read the whole Bible, but they know what's in there because it's written on them, but those are the ones that are doing what God, I'll say something like, well, you guys spend time praising the Lord every day. And they say, oh, I don't need to do that because, so-and-so, and it's like, well, yeah, of course you don't need to do it. But the Lord, if you do it and spend time giving Him glory, blessing and extolling His name, it's going to draw you closer to the Lord, and He's going to reveal many things to you. That's one reason, you guys, that the Lord reveals things to me, lots of things. I mean, He's just been downloading stuff into me, you guys, and it's one of those reasons is because I am seeking Him with all of my heart, mind, and strength, all of it. I'm doing the things that He's saying. He talks about entering the gates with thanksgiving and praises. I know in my heart, you guys, when I go through because I'm seated in heavenly places, I believe that when I go through those gates, I enter into the presence of the Lord, and there He is sitting at the throne, and I call upon all of my angelic and heavenly brothers and sisters, saints, angels, archangels, holy heavenly hosts, and we all come before the Lord, and I ask them to all join me in blessing and extolling the name of the Lord. And I will do this, for sometimes hours a day if I have the opportunity, and people say, oh, I don't need to do that. It's like, yeah, you don't need to, but you're not going to, these are the things that the Lord enjoy. This is things that are pleasing to Him, and it'll strengthen your relationship. And if you really truly love Him, then you will do the things that are pleasing to Him. And you won't say, oh, I don't need to do that, And so a lot of these people saying, I don't need to do that. The Lord loves them, but they're going to go through their walk in the tribulation when Jacob's trouble really begins. It's going to be a lot different for them. It's going to be rough, you guys. But the ones who submit fully to Him now and do these things that the Lord talks about, you guys, the first fruits children will praise and bless and extol His name. People don't have to do it for hours like I do. That's something I choose to do, and people don't have to do that to, that long. That's something that I do, and that's something I want to give to the Lord, and bring Him a thanksgiving offering, right? But you guys, they don't fully understand all the scriptures, and they all work together, you guys, and a lot of our brothers and sisters, they want to, because they feel a certain way, they want to chop up the Bible and say and cater it to their own personal needs and wants and desires, and they're unwilling. They don't. You guys, I'm the type of person, if I'm doing something wrong, I want to recognize it and eliminate it out. And I don't care if the Lord uses somebody else, a child, to point that out to me. Hold on, just so you guys, I just wanted to say that it's something that I am recognizing a lot. And just because most of our brothers or sisters that's how they are right now, it's okay, you guys. We still need to love them and pray for them, even though a lot of what they say, or some of what they say and do, isn't right. It's not what Jesus would approve of and Jesus wants us to say and do. But they're still our brothers and sisters, and they will know the full truth soon, and we still need to love and should love them, pray for them, intercede for them, tell the truth to them in a loving way, but without fighting. Like, we don't need to fight with them, and still love them and plant those seeds of love. But you guys, if there's any believers out there, that aren't fully in the truth, that don't accept and preach and know the true and everlasting gospel, if you're examine yourselves, you guys, if you are giving the enemy a foothold, if you're watching somebody else, or you're experiencing jealousy when someone says something, or you're still holding on to unforgiveness in your heart, or you're still holding on to anger, you're not forgiving, maybe somebody did something bad to you growing up. If you're still holding on to something like that, you guys, you're giving the enemy access into your vessel, your body. And so don't do that, you guys. But if you don't do that, you guys, if you're forgiving everybody and you truly do love people, the enemy won't be able to come in and work on you like that. He won't be able to deceive you. Okay? So, anyway, and you guys, I want to say something to believers. You guys, stop saying that about some scriptures. Stop saying when they say a certain words, like when Jesus says, "This is my body." Stop saying that he didn't mean that. Like, so a lot of people are directly or indirectly saying, "Oh, he didn't really mean that, his body." That is his spiritual body, you guys. When that is blessed, it's imparted with the Spirit, imparted with who Jesus was from that Spirit. So it is his body. And stop saying he didn't mean that, you guys. That's not right, and it's not true. And the Lord is going to convict you and let you know that that's wrong. And it's up to you to decide what you're going to do with that. But anyway, I love you guys. God bless. I'll see you.